Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got two replays in the French Tier 8 Premium Medium tank, the Batchatillon Bourrasque. What a tank, absolutely love this tank. The double tap autoloader on this thing is incredible. As a tank it's fantastic, it's got great mobility, it's got fantastic camo, it's got this great double tap autoloader for 720 alpha. The reload does feel a little bit slow at times, but because the double tap is so effective and you can get the damage out so quickly and then just run away because of the mobility, it's actually alright. Back when this tank first came out and I first played it, I thought, yeah, the 21-second reload is just is horrible, right? And I thought that was really going to affect the tank. Because there's tanks out there that have got, like, you know, 26, 27 seconds reloads for 3 shots of this 360 and stuff like that. And it was like, well, they reload like 4 or 5 seconds and they get more alpha out. Well, because this tank can stay stealthy and it can run away quickly, it's got obviously the great mobility, the great camo, and the fact that it just gets these rounds out so fast, it's like tap, tap, and then they've, you know, they've lost most of their health, or half the health, really. Or like this poor little tier 6, pretty much all of his health. It's really, really good, and it's a hell of a lot of fun to play. It's a very, very fun tank. So, what do I run on the Bourrasque in terms of the crew? Well, on the crew I run pretty much a standard medium tank sort of camo gun handling setup. And that's Born Leader, Rapid Reload, Sixth Sense, Situational Awareness, Run and Gun, Steady Aim, Track Mechanic, Camouflage, and Muffled Shot. Now I run the gun perks like the Run and Gun and Steady Aim because, well, you pretty much want to run them most of the time. Being able to fire on the move is something that is a little bit nice to have at 10% better, because there's times where you might be running and gunning, essentially, like the perk is called, and you're going to come against tanks that you don't want to stop, you just want to go past them and then blap them on the move and carry on. Well, the gun handling on this tank is a letdown, and all the help it can get with the vert stabs and the gun handling perks, as we're doing with this 40 TP, sorry, right there, that's where the run and gun would help. Obviously, we are pretty close anyway, so likelihood is we're going to hit him, but every little helps. And then obviously steady aim, because you want steady aim on every single tank you're ever going to take, because 10% better accuracy is, well, godlike. And add, like I said, the equipment loadout, like vert stabs, camouflage net, and optics. You can't go wrong, because like I said, the camo on this tank is just dirty. And if you add a camo net, especially with the way the camo nets work after 6.0, you can get the camo to be absolutely fantastic. And there's so many situations where you can be firing through bushes and you just don't get spotted. And that is honestly very, very nice. So obviously, while we're in the middle of this game, I haven't posted a video for like 2 weeks. It's because it's been Christmas and I decided, you know what, I'm going to take a little break from making videos, just chill out a bit, because it's a very busy period. So obviously there's been lots of time where I've been busy doing stuff, and then there's been days in between where there's absolutely nothing happening, but I thought, you know what, I'd chill out instead of make videos. And in that, I ended up forgetting to do the giveaway for 3k subs. What an idiot, eh? But to be honest, looking at the codes for January, or the tanks for January, it was tanks that most of us have pretty much earned already, and tanks that were just a bit meh. And in these January sets, we've got some decent tanks to give away. So, in terms of tanks to give away in this 3k subs giveaway, yay! We've got the CS52 Lease, which is a fantastic tank. We've got the Draugen, again, absolutely fantastic. The IS-2M, which is a Soviet Tier 7 premium version of the Russian IS with a little bit more armour. And the Su-100Y, so the box tank, which is a pretty meaty tank destroyer. So what do you have to do to get these tanks? Well, to get these tanks, all you have to do is post in the comments the tank name. So basically, if you already own the tank, don't enter the giveaway for the tank, because you won't get anything. You'll just be wasting the chance for anyone else to get the tank. You won't get silver, you won't get anything like that. So don't enter for the tank that you don't want, or you already have. So let's say you already have the Su-100Y and the IS-2M, and you want to either get the Draugen or the CS52 Lease. Just put in your comment CS52 Lease, and then put a space, and then Draugen. And I'll put the spellings in the comments, or not in the comments, but in the description, so that you can just copy paste that into your comment, because the way that it's going to pick it out is by the specific spelling of that tank. If you spell it wrongly, you're probably not going to end up in the giveaway. So if I just copy and paste it into the description, and then you can copy and paste it from there. There won't be any mistakes from that. But yeah, so if you want those tanks and you want to enter the giveaways for any of the tanks, then just put them in the comments and be subscribed, obviously. That's, you know, it's a little minor thing. But yeah, you can earn those tanks. I'll put the rules in the description anyway, so that you can read through it and you'll know, because knowing me, I've probably described it absolutely horrifically. And yeah, you can win yourself some nice tanks. Like the Draugen is an absolute beast. The CS52 lease is a lot of fun. The IS-2M's okay for tier 7 heavy. It's alright. And the SU-100Y is just, well, it's memes. It's a meme tank. So yeah, thank you very much for 3k subscribers. It's honestly incredible. Thank you all for watching these videos and stuff, and for hitting that subscribe button. It does mean a lot. It means a hell of a lot for a YouTuber, and it's been a fun ride. And you know, these giveaways are definitely a way to help you guys, and a way to say thank you for you guys subscribing and stuff like that. So anyway, back to the video, and there's one tank left. We've had a good run around in the Bourrasque. We've done what the Bourrasque does. We've been top tier, we've had a lot of fun, and this ARL is, I assume, is AFK. We finish him off, and we finished the game with a really nice total for what is a fantastic tank. We finished with a victory, 7 kills, 4.9k damage, 1300 assistance, Devastator, the first class, because that's what this tank is like, Sniper, High Caliber, Top Gun, and it's a first class for 2.1k base XP. Typical Batshati on Bourrasque. Typical Bourrasque. 2.1k base XP is only enough for a first class. That's just the way it is. This tank is, like I say, pretty nutty. It's pretty fun, and you can accomplish some big things for it. Like I said, that double tap autoloader is just godly. I'd say, to be honest, the only thing about the tank is the thing that's fairly similar to a lot of tanks, to be honest, especially ones that are like autoloaders. And to be honest, the thing that's fairly similar with a lot of the French tanks, to be honest, and that is ammo capacity. Ammo capacity, as you can see, we've only got 36 rounds of ammo. 36 rounds of ammo is not a lot, especially with a gun that is as derpy as the Batshati on Bourrasque. I can tell you, this gun is derpy, unless you shoot like that, which that was just dreadful. Yeah, the gun is derpy. It will miss a fair few shots. You have to be aware of that fact, that it will miss a fair few shots. And yeah, don't be annoyed as much when it does miss those shots, right? Because, yeah, it's got, what, 0.45 accuracy, something like that. It's horrific. And as you see, I mean, we kind of snapped the 2 shots there at that guy on the move across the field. But we did miss them. It's, yeah, it's one of those things. You just got to be aware of it, and the fact that the aim time is quite bad as well. It's very slow. You've just got to know that the tank will miss the shots. You've just got to, you have to make sure that you're going to hit them, and by that I mean fully aim your shots, and it'll go in. Obviously, 190 APCR pen is a little bit low, and when you're in matchmaking like the game that we are now, you can let it down a little bit. You're facing tier 10 tanks. There's quite a few that you're going to struggle to pen with 190, even in the side. The premium rounds are definitely nice and will definitely help. And yeah, it is what it is. We've started this game with a lot of missed shots, to be honest. I decided, you know what, that Mutz is being annoying, right? He's in an annoying position. I wanted to try and hurt him and sort of ward him away from the position that I was in, because he was going to keep spotting me, and the where he is as well, as you're seeing, he is actually spotting all my friends on this ridge line, which means that they're getting spotted, they're getting shot at. And I thought, you know what, let's go get rid of this Mutz. But unfortunately, I free-aimed the first shot, missed it. The second shot I auto-aimed, which went behind the moving Mutz. Therefore, I missed it. So we've started this game with some pretty poor marksmanship. We're up to 1200 assistance because of that little run. We got a little bit lucky there as well that we didn't actually get smacked by lots of tanks. But this is where the camo is great, right? Because we're actually sat quite far out in the open and we're not being spotted at the minute. I try and get a shot into the Mutz. Again, we miss. Derpy gun handling. But the second one goes in and we managed to pen our first shot of the game. 320 damage. Now, I would like to say this game was a little while ago. As you can tell, the colour filters of the map. It was, again, this was literally just before I 3-marked it, because I've got one more, basically one more video for the Bourrasque to come up in terms of what I've got in my folders, and that is the 3-mark video. But this isn't the 3-mark video. This is just 2 good games I had along the way. And yeah, so it's basically, I think this was before the MOE changes as well. So that tells you it was like a couple of months ago. One of those things, because I played the Bourrasque that much and I feature the Bourrasque, these videos again sat in the archives. I have the in the archives of my folders. I do have a lot of videos to make, and I need to get on making them because there's quite a few that look a bit off, and that's because the UI's changed enough, and say like the colour filters on the maps make it quite noticeable that they're from a little while ago. But the good games all the same. Need to show them off. And the Bourrasque, who doesn't love watching the Bourrasque? It's such a fun tank to play and such a fun tank to watch. It's like the Draugen. Anyway, we finish off the AMX M454, so 51, sorry, and there goes one tier 9 tank. We're up to 1500 damage, 1300 assistance. Their team is wilting right now, and I'm like, okay, I need to get involved here. So we pop up on top of the ridgeline, we get a nice shot into the back of the WZ-111 QL, set him on fire, which is beautiful. And now we're going to reload. We have got the premium in. We've only got 6 rounds of standard left, which is 3 clips. But I decided, you know what, because most of the tanks left are tier 10s, like the QL from the front, I will not pen with my 190 standard. I need the, I think it's 240 odd premium pen. And with that, I will go through him. We're going to use the good mobility here of the Bourrasque. Great driving. Brilliance in motion is what I call it. We're just going to stay safe from this QL now because he's spotting us up. I actually moved into this position here on the field because we had like 3 heavy tanks at C2, C1 that were fighting a tank. And they got finished off. I thought they would win that flank, so I thought, oh, moving over here will be alright. But unfortunately, they got finished off, which means that there's actually stuff over there now that could quite easily spot me and shoot me. But now I'm going to play the role of a scout. We end up spotting this Leopard 1, and it's like, hello, Leopard 1. Well, you know, I've got a double tap autoloader, so now that guy's taking a hit from my teammates, I can just pop 2 shots into him and finish him off. There's 3 tanks left. There's 2 TDs and a medium tank. This is where the Bourrasque becomes the Batchat 12T. That's right. That's why I'll say it right. It becomes the light tank, the Batchat 12T, because we've got the mobility, we've got the camo, we've got pretty similar view range. We can spot up these tanks. Now there's a Waffly 100 spotted in the open. It's like, well, it'd be rude not to take a shot into that Waffly 100, to be honest. We're up to 2.9k spotting, 3.4k spotting, 2.9k damage. That's only going to keep going up. We make sure we reload our clip here so that we're ready to get shots into the next tank that we come across up on top of this ridgeline. We know there was a medium tank in front of us. We know there's the Waffle. The T-54E1 gets spotted. He pops over, pops a shot into us. And it's like, okay, dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. Get below this ridgeline so you can't shoot at me anymore. Try and just keep it so that we can keep this game flowing. Because at the minute, we're on for a good... Well, we are having a good game. We're not on for a good game. We're having a good game so far, especially in a tier 10 game. But I want to make that better. We end up spotting the Yag Tiger, drop the double shot in, and that's where the Bourrasque is great, because we can drop the double shot, and we're not hanging around for even longer to get the shots in. Unfortunately, the T-54E1 drives over and gets a shot into us, and I'm thinking, well, I'm finished off here. He ends up missing. I was expecting if this guy was going to drop over the ridgeline that he'd actually blow up, but unfortunately, no one actually managed to finish him off, because most people were probably focusing on the Yag Tiger that I spotted. The Yag Tiger gets finished off, but we end up with a lot of his spotting. We get a bit more spotted on the T-54E1. We're up to 4.8k assist, 3.6k damage. We've got a clip in. I want to get some more damage. Now, we know the T-54E1 is definitely reloading. So we come over, the chisel bounces, but we finish him, the T-54E1, off. We're up to 4k damage, 4.7k assistance, and there's 1 tank left. It's this Waffly 100. I am reloading, and I'm not going to get the shot into that bloke. And we finished the game with 4.7k damage, 4.7k assistance, and 4k damage in the tier 10 game. A really nice game for the Bourrasque. We finished with 4 kills. Like I say, that's what 4.7k, 8.7k combined. The Ace Tanker, 2.3k base. 2.3k base is the Ace Tanker finally. And a really nice game for the Bourrasque. So yeah, if you want to enter the giveaway, check out the description down below. That's got the rules in it to how you can be entered, to guarantee you're going to be entered for it. So remain subscribed. Batchat on Bourrasque, great tank. As always, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.
A great success.